Breaking News Australia, I'm Tracy Grimstock. Our top story tonight is the nomination of the Murray-Darling River Commissioner. We cross now to the ceremony with Sandra Stockley, in which the Minister for the Environment shall select a judge for the one-year tenure for this prestigious position.
Hello Tracy. I'm here at the nominations. It's all very exciting. I'm no expert on the matter, but I think that this nomination could raise some issues of judicial power. I'm here right now with Tony Bunyan, the Minister for Environment. Hi Tony, how are you?
Very well, Sally, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
So Minister, are you worried that today's nomination could raise some issues regarding judicial power?
Absolutely not. What filthy lies. This will be performed in accordance with persona designata. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, read Grollo.
Well, I won't keep you any longer, Minister. Enjoy the nominations.
Cheers, Sally. I nominate Justice Painter under Section 25B of the National Rivers Management Act to fulfil his one-year tenure until this date next year.
Hey, woo, woo, woo. Sup in, guys. Woo.
Hello and welcome to Channel 7 News. I'm Tracy Grimstock. Now we are crossing live to the lottery, which 320 permits for water irrigation shall be distributed to owners of agricultural land abutting the river.
Hello, I'm Sandra Stockley, Channel 7's live reporter. I'm here at the scene of the water lottery performed by Justice Painter, who is acting in the role of River Commissioner. If we hurry inside, we'll be able to see the last winners of the lottery. Let's come inside with me right now.
And now for the last number of the day.
Come on, number 12, you little beauty.
Legs 11.
Damn it. Nom nom nom. FML. Dear Justice Painter, as an owner of agricultural land, I, like all farmers, rely upon water for my livelihood. For many years, before this lottery in May, I had been a recipient of this water grant, as do many farmers with properties situated abutting the Murray River. I feel wronged by the lottery's decision to take this water grant away from me. I feel I have been shafted by the sham of a lottery and wish for you to review my situation and accept my application for hardship. Regards, Fred Livestock.
Dear Fred Livestock, I understand your reasons for distress and hardship. I personally find it inherently unfair to cancel the permit of a farmer who was successful in the lottery and grant it to one who was unsuccessful, when the successful farmer might suffer hardship from losing the permit equal to that which the unsuccessful farmer was facing, but has no opportunity to make a hardship application. I will therefore not grant you a permit to draw water from the Murray River. Sincerely, Justice Painter.
Thank you. I'm going to sue the socks off you.
Good afternoon, I'm Tracy Grimstock. We are now crossing live to our top story with Sandra Stockley.
Tracy, I'm here outside the High Court of Australia waiting for the case of Mr. Fred Livestock against Justice Painter, in which the constitutional validity of Justice Painter's role as a River Commissioner is under question. We're crossing to the courtroom now.
All rise for the Honourable Justice Gumboot.
Everybody seated? Alrighty then, let's sock and roll.
I submit, Your Honour, that Justice Painter is fulfilling a judicial function, not an administrative one. This is evident in him having to interpret the definition of hardship in section 24E regarding the reallocation of licences. As Justice Painter is instituting his judicial power outside of a Chapter 3 court, it renders his decisions void.
What is your authority for this very bold claim, Fred?
The Weeks case, Your Honour.
Your Honour, I submit that I've been performing merely an administrative role by performing the lotto, as per the National Rivers Management Act, Section 24. This is not a judicial function, as no interpretation of the legislation is required, just mere application of it.
It all makes sense.
Your Honour, is everything alright?
What?
Fred, with my reliably sourced information of the Weeks case and the submission by Justice Painter, I do not find your argument regarding judicial function conclusive. What other submissions do you offer?
I submit to the court, Your Honour, that as stated in Grollo, judges can only exercise powers other than judicial if they are persona designata. In this case, the appointment is not valid as the tenure is renewable, making Justice Painter's role as a commissioner a permanent position. There are also no facts available to determine whether Justice Painter can actually reject this nomination.
Painter, can you actually reject the nomination?
Well, Your Honour, I was happy to accept the position, so I never questioned whether I had the ability to reject the nomination or not.
Ah.
I submit that my learned friend, Mr. Livestock, is incorrect in this instance, as persona designata has occurred based on the facts that I was singled out and my tenure is limited to 12 months. Fred's assertions that have been made without any concrete facts to support it. As such, I submit that these assumptions be struck out.
Despite Justice Painter's crazy girly rant, both these arguments are irrelevant. I now call a brief recess for me to consider the arguments put forth. We will reconvene in an hour to hear your submissions regarding incompatibility of Justice Painter's role as an administrative and judicial figure.
Hello, I'm Sandra Sockley and you're here with Channel 7. We're about to get an exclusive interview with Justice Gumboot in his private chambers. Justice Gumboot, talk to us, we're from Channel 7.
You faked that tart. Wait, what are you doing in my private chambers? Get the f*** out of here, MasterChef is on.
After that crucial recess, I will now hear submissions from both councillors regarding incompatibility.
It is likely that this role will be permanent, as I submitted to the court before the recess, as the Environment Minister can renominate Justice Painter for a 1-year tenure annually. This could make it a totally permanent position.
I rebut that submission, Your Honour, as this is a mere assumption. The role is not total and permanent, as there is no guarantee that renomination will occur. But looking at the facts given in the National Rivers Management Act 2008, a 1-year tenure is the position's length, making it temporary. And as I only need to process 320 licences throughout the entire 12-month duration, it's obvious that the role is neither total nor permanent.
Justice Painter brings very strong factual evidence that his role as River Commissioner is not total and permanent, whereas Fred is only relying on inferences. Pull your socks up, Fred. Continue with your submission, Mr. Livestock.
Acting as a River Commissioner will affect Painter's role as a Justice of the Court. The statement I received in this letter right here, uses a terminology of inherently unfair. This shows that Painter has applied his rationale as a judge to his administrative role. This would undermine the public confidence in the separation of powers and show that he lacks an ability to act as a River Commissioner making administrative decisions, as they are incompatible. As it shows he is employing the thought process of a judge outside a Chapter 3 court, and this is unconstitutional, as shown in the Boilermakers case.
But I was just using my natural thought process. It's not a big deal.
Actually, it is. The whole point of my argument is that you are meant to be employing the thought process of an administrator. This would undermine your ability to do your job as a Riverland Commissioner if you can't separate your roles.
Boom! I mean, I feel that Mr. Livestock's point holds much stronger standing. As painter, you are not able to use this reasoning of judicial nature when performing an administrative function.
Your Honour. Your Honour, is everything okay?
Of course I love cheese. Oh, this is awkward. Oh. Continue with your submission, Mr. Livestock.
I submit that the performance of these functions will undermine the public confidence in the separation of powers. As displayed in Wilson, the judge did not have an independence from the government. Justice Painter seems to thoroughly enjoy this position. If he seems to take such a fancy to it, then it's possible that he'll make decisions at the behest of the government.
So what, I like my job. This doesn't mean I'm acting at the behest of the government. As reflected in the case of Totani, I've still got my decisional independence.
Justice Painter, you raise a good point. Mr. Livestock, your argument again is based on the assumption that Justice Painter will act in a manner that the Minister for the Environment will like and therefore renominate you. Are there any other further submissions to be made?
No, Your Honour, I have put forward all my submissions.
And I'm really bored, so let's get on with this.
Very well then, I do not feel the need to extend this any longer, so I will deliver my judgment right now. The role of River Commissioner does not place a burden on Justice Painter. However, the risk of undermining the public confidence in the separation of powers would render Justice Painter's role as the Commissioner incompatible with the judicial functions that you are invested. This ruling will not have an impact on Painter, as you can return to the bench as normal, leaving the role of River Commissioner vacant. All decisions made by Justice Painter will be considered void.
Hey wait, looks like we're both winners.
Acting as a River Commissioner will affect Painter's role as a Justice of the Court. This statement I received in this letter... God damn, I wish I had hands.